Hello, boys and girls. So today we are going to continue with our ELA, our English lesson on ponies. So we've been learning all about ponies, and today we're going to first off review some of our vocabulary that we have learned. And I know some of you guys already know the words, so we're going to go ahead and listen to the questions, and we're going to review the questions and find the vocabulary words, as well as go over our shared reading, which is My Little Pony. And last but not least, I also want to read a new book today. A new book is Fritz and the Beautiful Horses. I absolutely love this story because in this story, we learn about other types of horses, and we're going to do our connect it, which makes connection to the text. So for today, I will need you guys to have the following sheets ready. We will have our story, which we will put our shared story together, A Very Hungry Pony. We will need connections. So it looks like this, connections. We will make a connection in our text. It stated that taking care of ponies is a lot of work. Something else you do or take care of that is a lot of work. So we're going to make a connection to real life. Okay, and we're also going to read a story today called Fritz and the Beautiful Horses, which can help you with your connections, okay? Also, we will be doing labeling. Some of you already did this, I saw. If you did it, no problem, but this is the last section of our ELA, which will be due today, okay? So let's go ahead and make some connections between our two books. That's what we're going to focus on today. So we have ponies, which we read this week, and we also have our book, Fritz and the Beautiful Horses. Okay, so this book, Fritz and the Beautiful Horses, and it is written and illustrated by Jan Brown. Fritz and the Beautiful Horses. And I will stand up so you guys can make sure you guys see it all, okay? All right, here we go. Once there was a walled city known for its beautiful horses. There were magnificent jumpers, splendid chargers, and elegant parade horses. The citizens were so proud of the horses that it was decreed that only the most beautiful would be allowed in the city. All others would have to stay outside. Not very kind. One of these was Pony named Fritz. Pony. Fritz was not beautiful. He had a long, tangled mane, whiskers on his muzzle, and short legs. But Fritz was very gentle and kind. He was sure-footed and always willing to work. Oh. Day after day, Fritz watched the beautiful horses. Some had braided manes and tails and carried lovely ladies. Others had glossy coats and pulled grand carriages. Most of all, he watched the children horses. Do we think he liked children? I wonder why the children look so frightened, he thought. The children were afraid. They didn't like their horses prancing and leaping. It made them very difficult to ride. As Fritz watched and thought, I would like a child to ride me, but no one would ever notice Fritz. One day he climbed up to the road leading to the walled city. He tried to take long, graceful strides. He pranced and curved his neck. He threw his tail in the air. You think he got in the city? The citizens stared at Fritz, and then they began to laugh. Look at that silly horse, they said. Then the lovely ladies and the magnificent gentlemen galloped away toward the walled city. The children followed reluctantly behind. I guess I do look silly, thought Fritz, and he hung his head in despair. Oh, he was sad. Fritz listened to the children as they galloped their horses faster and faster. He heard their loud cheers as they rode into the bridge to the walled city. All of a sudden, he heard a loud snap. The bridge was breaking under the weight of the horses' pounding hooves. Fritz saw a large crack appear in the middle of the bridge. The citizens were on the other side and the children were on the other. "You'll have to cross through the river," cried the citizens. Oh no. Can Fritz help? But the children wouldn't move. "My horse might shy and back," said one. "My horse might leap and stumble," said another. "We might all fall off," they all cried together. "Stay where you are," shouted the citizens. "We will come and get you." But their horses wouldn't move. "The hills are too steep," thought the horse. "My lovely mane might get tangled on the bushes," thought another. "We certainly don't want to get wet." All the horses agreed. So the horses don't want to save them. What should they do? Everyone wondered what to do. Then they noticed Fritz. Fritz carefully climbed to where the children waited. Fritz was not beautiful, but was gentle and kind. He was sure-footed and always willing to work. The children were not afraid to ride him. One by one, Fritz carried the children carefully down the steep hill. He calmly stepped through the river, from rock to rock, and up the other side. What a great horse! He finally carried all the children to the walled city. A great cheer went up from the citizens. The lovely ladies cried, "Hooray for the sure-footed pony!" The gentlemen said, "How kind and dependable he is." Oh, I think everyone loves Fritz now. And all the children exclaimed, "We didn't fall off!" So Fritz was given a special place in the walled city. All the children cared for him and became his friends. From that day on, the walled city was known for its beautiful horses and its very dependable pony. The end. What an awesome story about Fritz and the beautiful horses. Now, in this story, we learn that there are horses and there are what? Ponies. Good. And most riders in the city where Fritz was from were riding what? Good, horses. Now, were they afraid to ride ponies? No, they just didn't think they were beautiful, right? So, are ponies necessarily going to be the most beautiful ponies? Not all of them, but are they gentle? Good. Are they kind? Good. Very good. So today I want you guys to think about making connections. And whether it's connections to your home or making connections to the book that you remember of Fritz. Oh, where's my worksheets? Where did I leave those guys? Oh, I was sitting on them. How silly. Here we go, guys. So I want you guys to make a connection. And today when you guys do your connections, I want you guys to think about what are some ways that ponies, that you can take of ponies and take care of them, and why do you think this might be a lot of work? So I want you guys to think about what the children did at the end of the story for Fritz. Okay, from that day on, in the walled city, he was known for the beautiful horse and a very, very dependable pony. Now look at what the children are doing for the pony. What are they doing for Fritz? Good. They're giving him clothes. What else? They're cleaning him. Good. They're probably washing him. I see a brush down there. Good. Yes, they probably fed him, right? To give him food and make him feel happy. And most of all, do you think they brushed his hair? Yeah. So, you know, in many ways, it's very hard to take care of a horse because we see that it's a lot of work. You have to make sure you take care of them. Now, I want you guys to make a connection with something in your own, something else that you do to take care of that is a lot of work. For example, at home, Miss D has 2 dogs and she has to take care of them. She has to give them a bath, she has to feed them, she has to give them water, and she has to take them for a walk. Whew, it's a lot of work. So I want you guys to think of something that you can connect with home that might be a lot of work. So, for example, connections. We can say our dogs, right? We have to take care of our dogs. What else do we have to take care of at home? Good. Our chores. Who has chores? Good. Who has to clean their room? That's a chore, right? Yes. Who else has another connection that they can make, that something that they have to do at home that takes a lot of work? Good. Cats. Cats are a lot of work. If you have a cat, you have to clean up after him and feed him and give him a bath. What else? What's another connection that you've made to your home life? Good. That's all. Those are all great connections. Doing your homework, right? And I'm gonna write home work. Homework. It is. It's a lot of work sometimes, and we have to make sure we do our homework because we want to get what? Good grades. So we want to work hard. Okay? It's hard, but it's good work. What else? Anyone else? Good. Someone said a bird. So if you have a bird, what do you have to do to his cage? Good. Clean it, right? So what is something else you do or take care of that is a lot of work? So think about something that might be hard to take care of at home. These are all great examples of connections that you made from the book to your personal life. And this is what happens in your life. So I want you guys to think about what your connections are, okay? I want you to illustrate what that is and draw it right here in your connections page. Okay, it should say connections. Okay, awesome. Take a picture of it and then send it to me on Seesaw. Thank you, boys and girls.